I'm thrilled to welcome you to RavenPack's new product launch event. I'm Armando Gonzalez. I'm the CEO and co-founder of RavenPack. We're very excited to have you join us today. It's a very special day for us. We celebrate over 2 years of product development as we began transitioning into the cloud, where for many years we focused on developing our own servers, maintaining technology inside a data center, and ultimately we realized that it was time to take advantage of the cloud. And in the last 2 years, we've made strides in transitioning to the use of cloud technology, specifically around databases and search, in order to make the experience of using RavenPack data and other types of alternative data more seamless and useful to our customer base. We have today developed a presentation that will show you some of these advancements that the team at RavenPack has been working very hard at. We also have a very interesting program today where we're going to kick off with a quick introduction to RavenPack for those that don't know about us, but we're going to immediately follow with our keynote speaker, Andy Moniz. He's the Chief Data Scientist at Deutsche Bank. We'll be sharing some insights on the use of unstructured information and how to take advantage of it. His presentation will be followed by Bogdan Yanev. He's the Director of Equities Derivative Structuring at Credit Suisse, who is also going to delight us with some very interesting applications of news-based data in index creation. And then finally, we have a mystery guest. He literally crossed the Atlantic today to join us, and he's going to be delivering a special announcement today. Let me start off by talking to you a little bit about RavenPack. Now, I want to start off by telling you a little bit of why we do what we do and what our mission or our vision really is. We're really looking to help people make better decisions using big data. And perhaps big data has become a bit of a cliche. I'm trying to embrace it now because it's being used so commonly that it has special meaning to us. So when we think about big data, we really think about taking very large amounts of information that are very difficult to analyze with some of the more traditional statistical programs, starting off with Excel all the way to R. So if you need technologies or special technologies to analyze those abundant lakes of information, then you're talking about big data. And when you start exploiting that type of information, for us it's very exciting that we can help you find interesting information and trends inside that big data in order to make you more informative and better at making professional decisions. In terms of RavenPack, we've got a team of about 50 people that work in our offices in Marbella, Spain, as well as New York. In Marbella, we have some of the best developers in artificial intelligence. And in New York, we have some great business people that handle all of our client services and our support for our client base, which is primarily based in North America. We have about 100 clients worldwide. These range from large buy-side institutions, banks, hedge funds, asset managers, as well as research institutions, primarily Ivy League schools that are doing research in news and other types of information for finance. We have a great renewal rate, very loyal customers. Pretty much every one of our clients has been renewing our services since its inception. Our oldest customer is 8 years old now, and arguably one of the largest and most successful quant hedge funds in the world. And like that, we've grown our customer base to a very impressive list of partners that we're honored to serve every day. How do we do it? We focus on two main areas. One of them is artificial intelligence. So we've developed our own proprietary technology looking specifically at knowledge representation. Now, artificial intelligence, again, another hype word. For us, it has special meaning. It's more of a practical approach to analyzing information. We're not trying to mimic the way humans analyze information. We're trying to find new things that we're not capable of finding ourselves. And in knowledge representation, we've tried to create a taxonomy and a layer that helps us categorize the world in the way that humans understand it, but more importantly, in the way that machines can take advantage of it. And in order to do that, we've developed our own natural language processing tools to process text, like news stories. And we've also done a lot of work on machine learning, specifically around the application of the derivatives or the data that we extract from unstructured data. The second part of our approach is big data technologies. As I said, we've been developing and investing in collecting large amounts of public information. Now, in order to do so effectively, we've created special relationships with providers, whether it's news providers or market data providers, and created ways to reduce the latency between their publishing of information and our collection of the same. We've also developed technologies to store it and make it accessible very quickly to analytical programs that take advantage of analyzing it in a blink of an eye. So in incorporating the information, we solve one problem, but in analyzing it, this is where we add value to our customers. So both artificial intelligence and big data are key to the way we deliver. Now, what do? As I mentioned, we focus on codifying unstructured data. We think we need to bring order into the world of unstructured flows, and so we develop technologies to help us identify entities, something called named entity recognition, where every single person, every single company, every single currency has a unique identifier. So when we talk about Donald Trump, we're talking about specifically that person and not some other Donald Trump, right? We need to make sense of people that are essentially identified for a reason, for a purpose. We connect them with their positions, with the profiles, where they work, how are they connected in the world of business. And we try to identify the connections across companies and any other entity that is mentioned in unstructured content. We also do relevance tagging to say whether the entities that are detected are actually relevant in the documents we find. We do novelty detection. Is the information that we found new or novel? And is it going to affect specifically financial markets in a way that we didn't know about? So novelty is very important. And then finally, we're known for sentiment analysis. And in sentiment analysis, we've developed ways to analyze and create metrics around the impact of information. Is it good? Is it bad? Relative to something. So we've focused specifically on how information affects tradable securities. Is it good for the stock? Is it bad for the company? Right? So these are the 4 pillars of what we do, right? And we do this for a wide variety of clients in financial services. Asset management is the core, where we have the majority of our clients. Brokerage and market making is definitely another big one. Risk management and compliance lately has become quite an interesting space, where we have major banks using our data to analyze whether trades are actually happening before or after public information is released. So the banks are trusting our timestamp capability to know whether the information is making its way through traders in a legal way. Right? And then finally, research, big for us. Great academics out there using our data. As I said, major Ivy League schools have been publishing hundreds of papers that use RavenPack data and demonstrate its value, as well as in-house sell-side research firms using it to help support their customers. So that's sort of RavenPack in a nutshell.
This is RavenPack.